Top stories from around the island. To the point. Without the fluff. Puerto Rico headline news. Please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell notification.
Hello and welcome to Puerto Rico headline news for March 26, 2020. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, like, and share this content. So the latest breaking news this morning, it's been announced in a few papers. The governor plans to test everyone here on the island with the rapid tests that she is soon to receive. Just as the confirmed cases increase, and quite possibly she is considering extending the lockdown, and there might be possible news this afternoon or tomorrow in that regard. So here's the latest headline, El Nuevo Dia. The count of confirmed cases has increased to 64 on the island. So let's go ahead and get into this article. It mentions here that the health department confirmed this Thursday that the number of positive or confirmed cases of the COVID-19 in Puerto Rico has increased to 64, while they do anticipate that this number could continue to rise at any time. And the reason being is because the agency is still, or the Department of Health is still waiting for the results of 355 tests of the 776 that have been carried out so far. Now, of this total, 377 have been negative, and the deaths as of right now are still at 2. Now, the health department defended that most of the test pending results have been carried out in private laboratories. However, the agency did not specify the total number of tests done and pending in its own laboratory. Now, this statement did not offer any progress on the tests worked by the individual municipalities, because they have begun to do so. In fact, the mayor of San Juan, Carmen Yulín Cruz, reported this morning in a radio interview that a patient from the municipal hospital in San Juan tested positive. Eric Perloni, a spokesman for the Department of Health, told El Nuevo Dia that until yesterday, the department had not received that information, so it is not in the statistics. So it seems like there's some miscommunication there amongst the municipalities that are running their own tests and communicating their findings or their results, and or the department accepting those results to be included in the final statistics. So here we have the San Juan mayor reported an additional case, but the Department of Health claims they have not received that information. So that's something that they're going to have to work on, their communication with the San Juan mayor and the other municipalities that are running tests, so that these confirmed cases can also be added to the total count. Now, the number of positives, the article continues to say, the number of positives could increase at any time, so we must be very careful and rigorous with all the measures that are being taken at the individual level. Staying at home, avoiding contact with others, washing hands frequently, and practicing personal hygiene habits, as well as cleaning surfaces, are key at this stage, said the Interim Secretary of Health, Concepcion Quiñones de Longo. Now here's a graph that's been provided for as of today, March 26, 7:40 a.m. It's just a visual of how these confirmed cases are in an upward trend, and the Department of Health understands that there will definitely be some drastic increases in the next few days. As it does make sense, as testing increases, more confirmed cases will be found. So that there's more transparency on what's going on here on the island. Now, the article continues to mention that the official noted that the new cases correspond to tests carried out by the Department of Health, their own laboratory. The positive figures of the Veterans Hospital and the private laboratories did not reflect any changes. So the numbers that have increased have come from the Department of Health laboratory, not from the Veterans Hospital or any of the other private labs on the island. The article continues to mention of the 13 new positives, 6 belong to the metropolitan region. 4 to Bayamon, 1 to Arecibo, and 1 to Caguas, and 1 to Mayagüez. Now, the gender breakdown, 7 of these are male, while 6 are female, the Department of Health explained. Quiñones de Longo further explained that the age group with the most infections in Puerto Rico is between the ages of 50 to 69 years old, and the metropolitan region is the area with the most reported cases, as I mentioned earlier in an earlier report, that it is concerning in the San Juan metropolitan area that these cases, there's a cluster there of cases. So if you live in that area, be extra careful as well. So we'll continue on with this article here. For his part, the director of La Fortaleza Medical Task Force, Dr. Segundo Rodriguez, indicated that citizens cannot lower their guard against the virus. This is a race for life, and we have to beat the coronavirus, stressed the doctor. Now, several health experts criticized the government. They've criticized the government for the lack of transparency in providing data on the confirmed cases, and they do so because it's been since last week that the government has not held a press conference to detail the progress of the medical response, nor has it specified the geographic data of those infected. This was reported this morning, and it seems like this afternoon, or actually as this video is being recorded, there's a press conference going on now. The most pending situation that everybody wants to know is whether the lockdown will be extended for longer instead of ending this month. So we should have some news on that early this afternoon or by the end of the day, we hope. There's an additional article that I wanted to talk about, and this is in the Primera Hora newspaper, and it mentions here something very interesting, that the governor has confirmed that she will be doing the rapid tests on every Puerto Rican person or every citizen in Puerto Rico. So her plan, and this was mentioned here, March 26th at 9:52 a.m., that her plan is to have every single person on the island tested. In the meantime, obviously you do have to have some symptoms to be able to receive this test. But they're going in the right direction. She's following information from her medical experts on the task force, and it's moving her to take added steps to protect the citizens here in Puerto Rico. So that's certainly some good news. And like I mentioned already, there is some news that should be coming out this afternoon or late today in regards to her additional steps in protecting the citizens here in Puerto Rico. So once again, thanks for watching. This is Puerto Rico Headline News.